When I heard my favorite Nipsey Hussle talk about this, I said, yeah, what a legend. He said, you can either be at peace with yourself and at war with the world, or you can be at peace with the world and at war with yourself. Now, every time you care about what people think of you, understand, you're causing yourself, as they say, unnecessary suffering. But if you don't care what people think of you, it's like you've increased your chances of success, I would say, by 50%. Now, everybody talks about why you shouldn't care, but they never talk about how not to care. Guys, today I want to talk about how not to care what people think of you. Hello, beautiful people. My name is Alula, and welcome to Awaken the Eagle. How not to care what people think of you. Now, the why is obvious. It's simply nobody's business. Now, every time you care about what people think of you, it's like you have defeated yourself by yourself. Not caring about what anybody thinks of you is so freeing as it should be, just like a bird. Say, for example, you are between jobs, you are struggling a little bit, and you decided to get a job as a waiter, and all of a sudden, you see people that you used to know. You see people that you used to know in a different way. What would you do in this situation? Most people will run and hide. Let me tell you something. And go through unnecessary suffering. But there are a few people that simply just do not care. Those people are so free. After all, what would you care? What anybody thinks of you. Now, how do you go about not caring what anybody thinks of you? Guys, the first one is you got to live as if you don't know anyone. Especially, you got to live as if you get no family. What do I mean by this? Actually, the way I grew up, it was so good. I left my family when I was really young. So mainly, I grew up around other family members. I didn't know what I had back then, but now I look back at it, that was so freeing to me. It's like I did whatever I wanted to do. I didn't bother to consult anyone. But then again, I cared about my parents. And also, I cared about my best friend. As I'm going through this evolution, now I'm having some kind of disagreement with these people. That's when I understood we are on a different path. Then I should not care so much about their opinion. And that freed me even further. Seriously. Now, every time they share their opinion with me, of course, I'll consider it, but it doesn't influence my decision. especially the important decisions, that is, about my life. Guys, every time you live as if you got no family, you know, guys, let me tell you something. This will help you not to care about how people see you, and most importantly, what they think of you. This is part of the reason why I like traveling. I go to a place where no one knows me, that I can fully be myself and not care what people think of me. Now, let me ask you a question. If you didn't know anyone in this world, if you didn't have a family, how would you behave? How would you be? You know? And that's your answer right there. Guys, not working on your ego issues, this will cause unnecessary suffering, which will contribute to you caring about what others think of you. You know, when people are so insecure of themselves, it's like they care about what others think of them. And let me tell you something, there is a shackle that you put around yourself by yourself. I mean, why would you put yourself through all of this suffering? Think about it. You know, now the most important thing is how you see yourself, how you settle in with yourself. And let me tell you something, the rest does not matter if you continue to work on your ego issues. Let me tell you, having ego death is one of the most freeing things you can ever experience. Yes, it's the most painful thing when you go through the process, but let me tell you something, it's so freeing. It strips you from many things, including what people think of you. Actually, one time I was watching this documentary from prison. This guy, he was accused of doing all sorts of things, crime, sexual crime, to other inmates in there. You know, and the man, he was like a news anchor. He went in there to interview this guy. You know, he says to him, "Don't you care about how other people see you?" You know, first he said he doesn't do anything he's ashamed of. And he goes on to say he's locked in this prison for life. Why would he care about what people think of him? After all, it's like the world doesn't care about me, he said. Now this man, even though he is living so wrong, you know, he's doing the wrong thing to other people, you know, according to him, he is not ashamed of his crime, and he doesn't care about what others think of him. And I watched this documentary and I said, man, that is a free man. Even though he's wrong, guess what? He is free because he doesn't care what other people think of him. Now moving on to the next point is, guys, it's simply nobody's business. Your life is your life. Your life is your own responsibility. You know, people can give you advice. People that you care about, I should add. You know, and if you respect these people, then you might want to consider what they're saying to you. But then it should not influence your decision, especially the big ones. You know, about who you're going to marry, what you're going to do with yourself, how you're going to, you know, these things, guys, is strictly your own business. It's nobody else's. Once you start operating this way, guys, let me tell you something. You are Free as a bird. Yeah. Okay, guys, like this video, subscribe to this channel. Until your next video, God bless and take care. Bye bye. See you.